Hello everybody, this is Armastis and you're watching Armastis Live, and today I took a good poop. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is a thing worth celebrating. That's what I did today. How was your day? No, but seriously, I've had a good day. Went on a nice walk, got some coffee, had a stroll. Now I have a nice cup of tea. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're taking care of yourselves. Links to betterhelp.com in the video description, of course. I always got to mention that. Mental health is super important. Social distance, wear a mask. Got to keep saying it. Got to keep saying it. Will keep saying it because I care about you all. And I hope you care about yourselves and each other as well. So today's fantastic because we have some more Final Fantasy TCG news. And what are we going to be talking about? Well, we got a little bit of Shadowbringers information. Of course, some people already have it. You know, bully for you. That's cool. I'm not jolly. It's on the way for me. It's on the way. But when it gets here, we're going to do a review. We're going to look at it. We're going to play test it. It's going to be good times. But until then, it's still spoilery for some of us, who haven't got it yet. So we do have some news on that regards if you haven't gotten the set yet. If you have, all that's going to be, you can just go on by past that. The other stuff we're going to be going through is some more Opus 13 news. Yes, some more stuff has been revealed to us straight from Square Enix and just other places as well. And what else do we have? Oh yeah, I got some great updates about that Clan Gully promo. You all know which one I'm talking about. Yeah, the one that came in our art book and it was pretty blah. Disappointment and heartbreaks, crying left and right. Yeah. Well, I got some good news. I hope it's good news for everybody anyway regarding that. Straight from Square Enix themselves. I've reached out to them a long time ago. But we'll jump into that in just a little bit. Before we go any further, please like, please subscribe. Thank you for all of you who have joined. Thank you for all of you who have been watching, your support. Everything, you all are amazing and awesome. I'm trying to think of any other news to come. We should be opening Opus 7 this week, a booster box in our series of 12 to 1. And I think, tomorrow, head over to my Twitch, please. Please, please, because guess what? We're playing Final Fantasy 14. I noticed in my last stream, I kept calling Final Fantasy 14 Opus 14. That's not what I meant. I was getting the two confused. Can you blame me? It's confusing. It's daunting. It's like Opus 14, Final Fantasy 14. Why isn't the set just called Final Fantasy 1 through 14? I don't know. I mean, this is the same company that, titles their stuff like Kingdom Hearts 3.5.2 to the power of 5, never-ending return to the door of nowhere, part 8.5. I'm sure that's a game. I'm sure they've made a game like that, and I just made that up. So yeah, anyway, let's I think that's it. I think that's it for announcements. Let's go ahead and let's jump in. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see. Today, what are we going to start with? I think we're going to be starting with our, what are we doing here? What do we got? Ah, yes, our Shadowbringers here. I have my animations for my nice little cues here. So to start us off, we're going to take a quick look at Crystal Exarch. So I think we did see a little bit of this before. I'm going to take a quick sip of my tea here. Anyway, Crystal Exarch. It's a starter in the Shadowbringers, and all these we're going to be looking at are starters, of course, and we're going to read them together and chat just a quick min about each of them. So we've got the Crystal Exarch, leader of the Crystarium, and what do we got here? At the beginning of the attack phase, during each player's turn, choose one forward. It gains 2,000 power until the end of the turn. Cool. Damage 5 if you've received at least 5 points of damage. That's what that means. The Crystal Exarch gains when the Crystal Exarch attacks. Choose one forward. If its power is less than the Crystal Exarch's power, break it. This is a great late game. Great late game card. Even pretty good early game. 7K for 3. 3 flat Earth. That's not Not too bad. Flat Earth, not flat. The Earth isn't flat, but you know what I mean. It's not bad. It's not bad. I think there's some good stuff, and I think there's some really good potential in this card. I like it. I like it. The art's great too. Let's see what we got next. We've got Y'shtola, a fan favorite. Everybody loves Y'shtola. Even I love Y'shtola, and I don't even know who she is. But tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be able to find out who she is. So Y'shtola cannot be chosen by your opponent's summons. Already fantastic. What does she cost? 6, 8,000 power. Little steep, little steep. Let's see what else she does. When Y'shtola enters the field, you choose one forward in your break zone. Okay. If its cost is equal to or less than the number of Job Scion of the 7th Dawn you control. Oh, Job Scion of the 7th Dawn. Okay. Play it onto the field. Oh, okay. So really, the cost 6 is not that expensive. This is an easy +1. You're going to be playing this most likely late game, maybe mid game, but most often late game. By that point, you're going to have a lot of Scion on the 7th Dawn on the field. Yeah, great potential. It's immune to summons. Wow, at least being chosen by summons. I like this card. I think it's going to be a good one. I think this is going to be a card worth playing in just your tournament deck as well, you know, outside of a starter. Fantastic. Wow, I have to hand it to Square Enix and their starter decks. They really make good starter decks, like cards really worth playing. Well done. Bravo, Square. Let's see what else we got from the old Square Enix for Shadowbringers. And we've got Urianger. Yeah, one of the, all right. So we've got X-Burst, another Scion of the 7th Dawn. Perfect. Okay, Lightning X-Burst. When Urianger enters the field, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. Okay, enter fields, look at the top 2, or reveal the top 2, I should say. Add one category 14 character among them to your hand, and return the other characters to the bottom of your deck in any order. Not bad, not bad. So it looks like we got our searcher for category 14 characters, not just forwards or backups, but characters. This is great. This is gonna, oh my gosh, there's a lot of good 14 stuff we can go search for out there. And I think this with Scion of the 7th Dawn, 14 characters, yeah, this is a good card to help you build up that stamina really quick in your Scion of the 7th Dawn or 14 builds. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, and it's got X-Burst, so you're gonna do the search even when you get the X-Burst. That's amazing. All right, and so we got Thancred. Thancred just looks awesome. I'm hoping to learn more about Thancred too. So when a Job Scion of the 7th Dawn other than Thancred enters your field, until the end of the turn, Thancred gains 2,000 power, haste, and brave. So anytime Job Scion of the 7th Dawn, anytime, so any character, I guess is what I meant to say, any character, forward or backup, Thancred looks like it's going to get the 2,000 boost. It's cost 4, so it's going to be 10k for 4. It's not bad. Wow. It's going to have haste, and it's going to have brave, so it's not going to dull when it attacks. That's fantastic. And let's see what the ability Blasting Zone is. So the ability Blasting Zone, you're going to discard a Thancred. Wow, you can play that even in the Opus with an Opus 12 Thancred too. You can discard that one. Let's see here. So choose one forward, deal damage equal to Thancred's power. Nice, nice. So you're either going to do it 8k or you're going to deal it 10k. You'd like to do 10k, but even just the 8k, that's good damage. Wow, I like this card too. Just so you know, I'm actually reading a lot of these cards for the first time with you all. I'm sharing this experience with all of you too. So, all right, so we got Oracle of Light. I love the way this card looks. Looks just amazing. Job Scion of 7 Dawn, forwards you control gain 2,000 power. She's a light. Okay, cool. And it seems to be permanent, so really fantastic. And she's only costs 3. She's Oracle of the Light, but your Scion of the 7th Dawns do gain 5k power. Okay, when the Oracle of Light is put from the field into the break zone, you may remove the Oracle of Light from the game. Let me read that one more time. When the Oracle of Light is put from the field into the break zone, you may remove Oracle of Light from the game. When you do so, choose one Job Scion of the 7th Dawn in your break zone and play it onto the field. Okay, Dull. All right, you see what's happening here, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I had talked about a few weeks ago about this potentially happening with this TCG, which happens with all TCGs, and this is fantastic. This is amazing news. we are finally getting more and more interaction with the break zone or graveyard, or I don't know what else they call it. What does Magic call it? Also the graveyard? I think Yu-Gi-Oh's graveyard. You know what I mean, right? Cards are used up. That zone, wherever it goes, when they're done or they're destroyed, right? We are getting interaction finally more with these TCG cards, with Final Fantasy TCG, with our break zone, which is going to be awesome. The combo, just wow. The combos and the strategies are just going to explode all of a sudden. So this is amazing. I like this a lot. I really like this. So really, this cost 3 is almost free in a sense. And if she can be a blocker. So she's going to give your Job Scion of the Seven Dawns already the 2000 power. I'm really liking this card actually a lot. I think so far more so than the other ones. And then she can just be your blocker if you need her to be. And when she gets, of course, put in the break zone, yeah, you're just going to bring back a Job Scion of the Seventh Dawn. So I think what we're going to end up seeing is a return of Job Scion and the Seventh Dawn, perhaps as a top meta deck, right? Coming back. I know before I started playing and I was looking at past tournaments, I think this was in correct me if I'm wrong, I think 2018, 2019, Scion of the Seventh Dawn was really top tier builds. So it could be that we're going to see a return to Scion of the Seventh Dawn. I like it. This makes me want to play this already. I mean, and already from what I've seen from the starter itself just seems like really amazing anyways. I don't see... Yeah, I'm going to have to play with them more to see if there's any... Maybe we'll do like a modified version of it and then do a deck profile on that as well. So, Oracle of Light. I like this card. Yeah, definitely want to get a playset of that. This card too, another one of my favorite looking cards out of this set. It's just art. The art's just beautiful. So this is called Innocence. When I first read the title, I was like, it's probably not going to be so innocent. It costs 4, 9k. It's another light. Fantastic. Has Brave. Cool. So it's not going to dull when it attacks. If you have a card named Innocence in your break zone, again, more break zone interaction. I love it. All right. So if you have a card named Innocence in your break zone, Innocence gains... Wow, this is cool. Okay, Innocence gains Fire Dull. So you play 1 Fire and Dull Innocence. Choose 1 forward. Deal it 10,000 damage. Oh my gosh. What? Okay. It gains both of these abilities. Okay, and Ice Dull. Your opponent discards 2 cards from their hand. You can only use this ability during your turn, and only once per turn. Oh my gosh, this card is crazy. Wow. Okay, obviously, so this card can obviously be played well in other builds, but it looks like it wants to be played, of course, with Fire and Ice, which is pretty cool. I think there's some good potential for some Fire Ice stuff out there. And I've been thinking about, out of Opus 12, I forgot the legendary card that's Fire Ice. That I wanted to make a build out of, and I think this card could go well in that. That's fantastic. Okay. Wow, this is incredible. So you're gonna either take out a monster, or a forward. Sorry. Ugh. So you're either gonna take out a forward, or you're gonna cause your opponent to discard 2 cards, and you can do this every turn. This card is disgusting. This card is disgustingly good. Oh my gosh, yeah, I think you're going to want a playset of this. Yeah, if you haven't gotten your starters yet, so the Square Enix site has them still right now. Go out and get them. I say get 2 for you collectors. At least have 2 if you're a collector. If you're not, you only need 1, as long as you get a playset of all of these. But I myself have gotten 2. 1 to open and then 1 to just keep sealed. This is fantastic. I may get another one. I don't know. We'll see. This is, oh my gosh. Innocence. Let me know what you all think of this card. I like it a lot. I really like it. Huh. All right. So next up we have Philia. Okay. So Philia here is fire. Another 14 card. So I guess because of the Shadowbringers, they're all going to be category 14, which I guess, okay, makes sense. If Philia is dealt damage by an ability, the damage becomes 0 instead. Okay, cool. It is 8. It's a 10k. It costs a lot though. When Philia enters the field, deal 10,000 damage to all the forwards. Oh. Philia deals you 1 point of damage. Okay. So maybe not that bad when you think about it. Okay, so So we have currently in the meta, like we see a lot of Chantodo, right? And a lot of builds. Chantodo costs 7 to back up, reduces CP of any element except light and dark. And basically it removes all forwards from play, which in my opinion is still a more powerful card, because it's just removing them all from play. It's not dealing any damage. Honestly, that card is just insanely good. So Philia, though, what we see here instead is we're dealing 10k to all forwards, and we're not gonna really, most of the time your forwards are not gonna reach above 10k anyway unless they're being buffed, and if they're being partied it doesn't matter, because it's gonna be partied at that point, and it's gonna take out all the forwards. So this will be a board clear card for 8k. But the thing is like I think this has potential, and I think this will see play. I think this is a good card. I still think Chantodo will be a better removal card, but until I think we see things like cards being limited or banned, which I kind of hope it doesn't happen for a while, but until that happens, cards like Philia will probably still kind of take a backseat to other better removal, especially mass removal cards. But I could be wrong. This is my thoughts. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you all think. So I like this card though. It looks cool too. All right, so we got Philia here. Let's see what we got up next. We've got Ranjit. Ranjit? What does this card look like? Okay, I can kind of make it out. The art looks amazing though. I'm not sure if he was wearing a mask or not. No, okay. All right, so the cost required to cast Ranjit, 8. Okay, so it's 8k. Is reduced by 1 for each backup you control. Okay, so... All right, so 7. So really you're going to be playing... Okay, so at the most you'll be paying 7. I mean, unless you discard your entire hand to bring them out, which is kind of crazy. But you'll be paying 7. All right, so when Ranjit enters the field, choose one forward opponent controls, deal it 8,000 damage. And you are taking something out. So... because, you know, you are able to take something out, the cost of this is actually much less, in a sense, when you think about it. You're dealing 8k. Think of a card like Amaterasu, which also deals 8k, and that costs 3. So we can say Ranjit, in this case, only costs 5, but if you at least have one backup, Ranjit, in this case, really only costs 4. So, really, you're only paying 4 for this card. I think that's... Do you agree with my logic there? You see what I'm saying, right? If Amaterasu costs 3, this says like an Amaterasu. Does not negate the auto ability, obviously, but it does dealing 8,000 damage. So Amaterasu deals 8,000, which costs 3. You have at least one backup, so that's 1, and so that's a total of 4, which brings Ranjit down to 4. So really, it's like you're only paying 4 for this. Not a bad card. It's also one of those I think also will see play. I like it. I actually like this card a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. And then we've got Emmett Shelk coming back here. I think it's Shelk. Shelch. Emmett Shelk enters the field. You may pay... Oh, and there's a ASEAN. ASEAN? Yeah. ASEAN. Okay, when Emmett Shelk enters the field, you may pay 4 4 for you Espanol speakers. If you do so, search for one ice backup of cost 4 or less and play it onto the field. Okay. Not bad. Okay. I like this. It's so you're gonna be paying for 4 anyway, so it's a +1. Yeah, I like it. It brings down, it is a searcher. It thins out the deck. You're able to get nice backups out there. So you can get like a Minwoo. I can't really think of any other good powerful backups. They're all good. There are really great powerful backups out there, of course. Oh, like Snow. There's another good backup. That's Ice. Okay, I see a lot of potential with this card. I like it. All right, Emmett Shulk, not too bad. Well, welcome back, Emmett. I like it. Let's see what we got next after Emmett Shulk here. We've got, of course, Titania. I love the art on this card. It's just beautiful as well. So you can only cast, okay, to forward 8,000, cost 2 for 8. Wow. All right, let's see here. So you can only cast Titania if you have a forward, backup, monster, and a summon in your break zone. Interesting. Okay. before paying the cost of Titania. When Titania enters the field, choose up to 2 characters opponent controls, dull them, and freeze them. All right, so that's the downside. All right, it's a cost 2 AK power. We already know that lower cost, high-powered forwards are going to have a downside, of course. So Titania here requires you to have a forward, a backup, a monster, and a summon in your break zone. A bit of a high cost. It's a bit of a high cost here. So, it feels to me like you're going to want to use her initially as discard fodder. Unless there's a way to get things quickly from the deck into the break zone. Which, again, we should see more cards like that eventually in the TCG. I guarantee you that will happen with this TCGs. We will see more cards like that. That will just let us take cards straight from our deck to the break zone. That would actually be really amazing. So in this case, okay, well, Pexi King seems okay. I have to look further into it. I don't know. What do you all think about it? Right now it seems like it's like a mid to late game kind of card, and especially since it requires monster and a summon, and not everybody plays monsters, and some builds don't use much summons. That's interesting. Okay, well, I guess we'll see. Maybe there's something I'm missing. So I guess that's it. Yeah, so that is it for Shadowbringers, Final Fantasy, Shadowbringers from, of course, Final Fantasy 14. And let's see here. We got next here is, we got some more Opus 13 stuff, and we got another reveal. As long as we keep getting reveals, we'll keep reporting on it, of course. So we got Rafa, and he's got the red band, almost like Raphael. I kind of thought Raphael when I saw the name, I saw the red band. I thought Ninja Turtles. I don't know. Kind of looks like a turtle. I mean, is a ninja, I think. It almost looks like a ninja. I don't know. Or Sky Seer. Okay. Anyway, Rafa backup. If a card name Merrick, I think that's Merrick, you control deals damage to a forward, the damage increases by 1,000 instead. But we don't know what Merrick does yet because Merrick hasn't been revealed yet. Damage 3, dull. So if you receive 3 damage, it has this ability to dull, put Raffia into the break zone, and choose up to 3 forwards opponent controls, deal them 4,000 damage. Oh, that's a vicious little guy. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. I think there's some potential here. It will be really interesting to see what Marnock does. Yeah, so let me know what you all think about Rafa. Okay. It's a cute little card, that's for sure. Let's see what we got next here. We've got Mid. All right, so Mid, she looks mean. She looks like she should really mess you up. Mean for for the bad guy. So, back attack. Oh, it's got back attack. A back attack card. We don't see too many of those cards in play currently. So, back attack is basically can be played during your opponent's turn and can be played almost, I think it's during any time during your opponent's turn, if I'm correct. And I think even during, perhaps even during your battle phase, or the attack phase, I think is what it's called. Let me know if I'm wrong in that, but I know you can play it on your opponent's turn, that's for sure. So when Mid enters the field, choose 1 forward other than Mid you control. Until the end of the turn, it gains 1,000 power, and this forward cannot be chosen by your opponent's abilities. Ooh, I like this. She's a little bit of a hand trap here. Okay, I like this. So she essentially is a protector for your forwards. To your opponent, say your opponent is okay, let me think here. By your opponent's ability. So say your opponent has an ability that's going to deal damage to one of your forwards during their turn. They bring something out, they're targeting one of your characters that you value. You can just bring out Mid and basically negate that out there. It protects it and it boosts it. I like it. That's not bad. Okay, it's a good card. Huh. It's from FFTCG. Okay, not too bad. Let's see what we got next here. So we got Xstar. So the Square Enix site was kind of featuring this card. Actually, I think there still are right now. So Xstar is Mercenary, another FFBE card, legendary, or legend, I should say. It's a legend. New Never Knew. Hello, how you doing? It's nice to see you again. New Never You. She's joining us right now, and has to say the deck is insane. It seems very insane, that's for sure. Okay, so we got Xstar. When Xstar enters the field, choose one card with EX. Wow, okay, wait, hold on. When Xstar enters the field, choose one card with EX burst in your damage zone. You may trigger its X burst. What? The effect is put on the stack. What? Okay, damage 3. When Xstar enters the field, you may search for one category FFBE character other than card name Xstar and add it to your hand. What? It costs 8K. Whoa. Okay, so let's talk about the first part of this. The first part is insane. Wow. So we finally got cards that allow us to reuse basically the abilities of cards in our damage zone, which is fantastic. Essentially, okay, say you have Cloud, right? Cloud, which basically Cloud is, you all know what I'm talking about, right? 5 cost Cloud, 9k power. When enters the field has X burst, but also basically deals 3,000, I think it's 3,000 damage plus 1,000 points of damage for every point of damage you receive to afford your opponent controls. So let's say it's at 5 or 6 or 7. Let's just say it's able to deal 7,000. It's in your damage zone. Play Xstar. You can choose Cloud again and deal another 7. The thing is, though, it does get put onto the stack. So before, if you all didn't know, with X burst, they wouldn't be put on stack, meaning that it couldn't really be responded to. You Never You says, Xstar reminds me of Double Spell from Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, great comparison, actually. Thank you. Yes, it's exactly what this is here. So it's basically allowing you to get your ability again from a card in your damage zone. I like it. Okay, and so it's put on the stack, which means it can be negated or nullified or stopped by an ability from your opponent, if so. Whereas before with an X burst, they couldn't do that. Typically when an X burst goes off, you or your opponent cannot stop it. It happens. So damage 3, if you receive 3 points of damage, then Xstar becomes a search card, which is pretty fantastic. And it lets you search for one FFBE character other than card name Xstar and add to your hand. Okay, so this is a fantastic card. It makes sense. It's a legend. I like this. Wow, I like it a lot, actually. Cool. All right, well, let me know what you all think about Xstar. That's okay, I like it. And then we've got a full art, a cool looking full art reveal. It's a rare, it's a promo, and it's El Capitan here. I can't remember if I've talked about this yet, but we're gonna talk about it again because I just like the way it looks. So cost 5k power. The cost required to play your lightning forwards onto the field is reduced by 1. It cannot become 0. I already like what I just read. When Glauca or a forward enters your field, choose one forward. It gains 1,000 power until the end of the turn. So this is really amazing, right? So think about this. Right now we have cards like, I think it's Talika, which is a backup, which has the ability when you dole him, I think it's him. All the cards in your hand are reduced by 1. But in this instance, but you have to activate that, right? Each turn. With Glauca here, it's just happens. It's already happening for your lightning. So I do like this. It's going to be able to reduce the cost of things, which is going to let you combo off, go off more. This can serve well and even like more quick type aggressive lightning builds, I could see as well. Yeah, it's cool. I love the way it looks, by the way. I mean, even if anything, just having some of these for if you're a collector, these cards look beautiful. Yeah, I love it. I love it. And I think that's it. Yeah, so that's it for Opus 13. Let's see. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. Oh, the beautiful looking art book that was a disappointment at the very end. You all know what I'm talking about. Yes, Clan Gully. So, for those of you out there, right, you all know who you are, right? I saw it in the Facebook, Reddit community for FFTCG. Even I was disappointed. We were all disappointed. We got this beautiful art book. We were going through it. I even go check out that YouTube video that I posted where I went through it as well. And even live, we got to the promo section, and lo and behold, our promos pretty much just damaged, right? I wouldn't say destroyed, but they were all damaged. Basically, if you were to get this graded, this card went from what you could say, if we say like a PSA, right? Which I think you want to do Beckett, but if we say a PSA, it would go from basically a 10 down to a 7. I doubt even an 8, so maybe a 7. It was a really big disappointment, but I was determined. In fact, I believe it was during that stream that I said, I'm going to reach out to Square and I'm going to go through the red tape to contact someone to figure out what they're doing about this. And I got some great news, ladies and gentlemen. After going back and forth with Square via emails, and to let you know, they weren't giving me the runaround. It was more back and forth because they wanted lots of information. I sent them tons of pics. I sent them lots of information, and yeah, it was a disappointment. But here is what I ended up sending them this here, this image here of a corner of one of the cards. But then I sent them a corners of all the cards, right? And I showed them the damage. I made a point to it. They reviewed everything, and they responded back to me in an email that reads as follows. Says here, hello, thank you for reaching out to us. This took after a few emails going back and forth. I finally got this one a few days ago, actually. It says, hello, thank you for reaching out to us. It has come to our attention that some of the 2018-2020 FFTCG annual art books contained damaged Clan Gully promo cards. To rectify this, we've worked with Hobby Japan to produce replacement promo cards, and they are currently on their way to us. We will begin to ship those out as soon as we are able to. Please understand that this will take some time to process, of course, once received, but we just wanted to update you on where the situation currently stands. We will be reaching out again once the cards have been received to complete the replacement process. Apologies again for the inconvenience. We appreciate your support. Thank you, Richard, Square Enix Customer Service. So, fantastic news for you collectors out there. Obviously, if you bought this and you just want to use them to play these cards, obviously you're going to want to use the cards that are already damaged or, messed up or whatever. But for collectors like you, collectors like me, not only do I like to play the game, but I like to collect these cards too. So it was heartbreaking. It was a little sad, right? What this means, what this is doing here there's still some questions, obviously, but let's just review what we got here. So Square Enix is going to team up with Hobby Japan. Now, if those of you who aren't familiar with Hobby Japan, I actually didn't look them up recently, but I remembered them from a while ago, back when I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Hobby Japan has some amazing stuff, some great Yu-Gi-Oh! Product, and I believe, and please feel free to correct me on this, but if I recall, this was a long time ago, I believe Konami has teamed up with Hobby Japan as well, who also assist with producing cards as well. So this is good news, and it seems like they're reaching out to the same company, and they're going to be reproducing these promo cards, and then they're going to be distributing out to us. I don't know. Obviously, we don't know when this is going to happen, but the point is that Square Enix, they took note. They heard us all out, to all of us that reached out to them on their Facebook, on Reddit, and on Twitter. Of course, emails. They finally acknowledged that this was a problem. This is fantastic. They're going to do something about it. It looks like they will then work with us to figure out how to do the replacements. I don't know if they're going to it would be weird if they asked us for the old ones and then we give them the old ones and then we get new ones. I don't know. That wouldn't make sense to me. I feel like they should just send out to people, people who have receipts, at least, or something somewhere to track it. Send out to people, those who have purchased these, replacements. I don't know if you had to purchase this via the Square Enix site. I would say that to be safe, it'd probably be better if you didn't buy this from second or third party, rather from Square Enix themselves to be able to get the replacements. I don't know what they're gonna do, how to be able to trace if you're second or third party, So I will also say, if you are a collector, and I recommended this last time as well, and when we first looked through this book, I recommended if you are a collector, keep it sealed. Just keep it sealed, honestly. The value is going to be the fact that it's just sealed. You keep it sealed, it'll remain sealed. Yeah, so let's see. New Never You also says, for the Dark Paladin, Konami sent out alt arts for the original MFC version when it was reported back in the day. Good point. Good point. That did happen as well. In fact, it may have also been Hobby Japan that assisted with that. It was weird, and I remember, for those of you who aren't familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh, when it was a set called Magician's Force, a fantastic set. I wish I could get my hands on that set again. Ugh, if only. But when they first released Magician's Force, they released a card called Dark Paladin, which had an art that I don't know why they didn't like it. I don't know. We all loved it. We thought it was fine. But Japan was like, or Konami Japan was like, no, it's wrong. Sorry. Again, don't know what they were apologizing for. But they went ahead and they reprinted that specific card, and another art of that card came out. Funny enough, the original version is still worth more. So hopefully, who knows? It makes you think. If Square Enix does another art as a reprint for this, that would be weird. I think they should just reprint as is this card and then send it back out, and make no difference, just so we know. And then I think the book itself, sealed, will continue to appreciate in value, while the singles, if replaced, those clean singles will appreciate themselves. And then if you have the original opened ones, who knows? Those may, they'll appreciate, but maybe not near as much. So, good news from Square. I was really, I couldn't believe I thought I was going to get ignored. I was very surprised that they were going to even, that they even acknowledged me. I thought that was going to be ignored and nothing was going to come of it. But you know what? Shout out to Square Enix. You all are awesome. Thank you for that. Good work. Bravo. Seriously, bravo. Looking forward to that when we get those cards, of course, and how that happens. I will, of course, report and let you all know. And I think that's it for the news for February the 21st, 2021. I hope you all stay safe. I hope you all remain well. Continue to love yourselves and love each other. Remember, you're all wonderful. You're all beautiful. You're all loved. And until next time, bye-bye.